You're watching 6 rare Canadian origin horse breeds you don't know about. The hidden warriors that shaped the spirit of Canada. In this journey, we'll uncover the horse breeds that survived brutal snowstorms, helped forge a nation, and yet today, even most Canadians have forgotten their names. For over 400 years, these horses have been far more than just transportation. They've been symbols of life, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of those first settlers who conquered the frozen frontier. Get ready for an extraordinary journey, where every hoofprint in the snow tells a story that history almost left behind. Number 6. Newfoundland Pony. Amid the frozen winters of the north, you might catch a glimpse of the ghost rider of the north, the Newfoundland Pony, a small but extraordinary breed. Descended from British, Irish, and Scottish horses, the Newfoundland Pony adapted to brutal 40 degrees Fahrenheit conditions with a compact build, 46 to 58 inches tall, 400-800 pounds, and a dense winter coat. Once the backbone of Newfoundland's coastal villages, they pulled carts, plowed fields, and carried goods across frozen landscapes. But with the arrival of tractors and automobiles in the 1960s, the Newfoundland Pony was quickly forgotten. Their numbers plummeted. Today, only 400 to 500 registered ponies remain. The Newfoundland Pony ranks number 6 because, despite its rich history and incredible endurance, it has far less international recognition and conservation support compared to other rare breeds. Compared to the Exmoor Pony in England, with over 3,000 individuals, or the Wild Banker Horse of the US, the Newfoundland Pony stands dangerously close to true extinction. They are more than just horses. They are living memories of a rugged, resilient Canada. But if you think this breed is rare, the next one carries an even deeper legend, tied to the warriors of Canada's Indigenous peoples. Stay tuned. Number 5. Lacra Indian Pony. Hidden deep within the forests around Lacra lies a living treasure, the Lacra Indian Pony, also known as the spirit horse of the Ojibwe. This is one of the last pure Indigenous horse breeds in Canada, woven into the daily life, hunting traditions, and spiritual ceremonies of the Ojibwe people. Small and agile, 12 to 14 hands, or 48 to 56 inches tall, lightweight, and incredibly hardy, these ponies were perfectly built for navigating dense forests and freezing wetlands. But urbanization and crossbreeding pushed this breed to the brink of extinction. By the 1970s, only about 4 individuals remained, and it was only through emergency conservation efforts that their numbers have slowly climbed into the few dozens today. The Lacra Indian Pony ranks number 5 because of its profound historical and cultural significance. Yet its tiny population makes it highly vulnerable, where just one environmental shift could wipe them out forever. Compared to treasured breeds like the Andalusian of Spain, with thousands preserved, or the Mongolian horse thriving in the wild by the millions, the Lacra Pony flickers like a fragile flame in a vast northern forest. And if you think the spirit of the forest is rare, get ready. The next horse is a wild warrior from a remote island battered by the Atlantic's fiercest storms. Number 4. Sable Island Horse. Where the fierce Atlantic crashes against a lonely stretch of sand called Sable Island, wild silhouettes still roam. The Sable Island Horse, known as the Phantom Riders of the Atlantic. Descended from shipwrecked horses of the 18th century, these hardy animals have survived for over 250 years without a single hand of human care. Standing about 13 to 14.2 hands tall, 52 to 58 inches, and weighing between 600 to 800 pounds, they are compact, rugged, and astonishingly resilient to the ocean's brutal storms. Today, only around 500 to 550 individuals remain scattered across Sable Island, strictly protected by the Canadian government with an absolute ban on human interference. The Sable Island Horse ranks number 4 because of its powerful symbolic status, wild, pure, and untouched. Yet their natural isolation and limited genetic diversity threaten their long-term survival. Unlike America's Mustangs that roam vast inland territories, or Australia's thriving Brumby herds, these phantom riders are utterly alone, caught between sea and sky, fighting for survival on a narrow strip of sand. But if you think surviving the wrath of the ocean is the ultimate challenge, get ready. The next warrior was born in the rugged mountains, the result of nature's final great experiment in Canada's wild frontier. Number 3. Canadian Warmblood. Across racecourses, deep forests and frozen landscapes, one powerful and agile breed has risen to shine, the Canadian Warmblood, known as the athlete of the North. The Canadian Warmblood is the result of carefully crafted breeding between native Canadian horses and elite European bloodlines like the Hanoverian and Dutch Warmblood during the 20th century. With a strong, well-balanced frame, 15.2 to 17 hands tall, or 62 to 68 inches, and weighing between 1,100 to 400 pounds, they are celebrated in the world of dressage, show jumping, and eventing. But they're not just strong. Canadian Warmbloods carry a natural elegance and remarkable adaptability to cold climates, making them a true point of pride for Canada's equestrian world. The Canadian Warmblood ranks number 3 because it represents a new generation. Proudly rooted in Canadian heritage, yet competing at the highest international levels, helping put Canadian horses on the global stage. Compared to German or Dutch Warmbloods, the Canadian Warmblood stands apart with a rugged strength and enduring spirit, forged in the harsher climates of North America. But from the glitz of showgrounds, we now journey back to a warrior swallowed by history. A horse that once carried both dreams and heartbreak through an era of golden hope. Number 2, Chilcoot Horse. During the Yukon Gold Rush at the end of the 19th century, pioneers had to rely on a silent warrior, the Chilkoot Horse, known as the Forgotten Sherpas of the North. These sturdy, compact horses, 13 to 14 hands tall or 52 to 56 inches, had the strength and resilience to carry supplies across Canada's harshest, snowbound mountain passes. They pulled carts, hauled heavy loads, and carved a way through the deep snows of the Chilkoot Trail, one of the toughest routes in history. The Chilcoot Horse ranks number 2 because of its vital role in a pivotal era, carrying the dreams of an entire generation of pioneers. Yet tragically, it has vanished completely from the world. And if a horse that once conquered blizzards could still be lost to time, the next warrior, Canada's national symbol, will make you stand a little taller with pride. Don't miss it. Number 1, Canadian Horse. In Canadian history, no horse carries more legend and legacy than the Canadian Horse. The warrior famously known as the Little Iron Horse. First appearing in the 17th century, descended from French Norman stock, the Canadian Horse quickly became the soul of farms, military units, and expeditions cutting through Canada's frozen wilderness. With a rugged build, 14 to 16 hands tall, or 56 to 64 inches, and weighing between 900 to 1,100 pounds, they earned a reputation for incredible strength, endurance, and unwavering loyalty. They served in the War of 1812, plowed fields, pulled heavy loads, and conquered some of the harshest lands in North America. But by the 20th century, wars and industrialization pushed the breed to the brink of extinction. Thanks to tireless conservation efforts, the Canadian Horse has made a proud comeback. Now standing as a living symbol of Canada's enduring spirit, the Canadian Horse ranks number 1 not just as a living piece of history, but as a testament to strength, resilience, and the unbreakable heart of a nation. And dear friends, as long as those small hoof prints still mark the snow, a piece of Canada's immortal spirit lives on. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey.